Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. How you guys doing? Today I'm gonna be reacting to the latest Genshin drama that has been going around for the past couple of days, and it's just like I will give my opinion on it while I check the latest Tectone video about it. Because I think people forgot something, which I hope it gets addressed in this video. But yeah, let's see what Techie has to say.
So I just got back from a very spiritual
Hmm.
video that maybe some of you guys have seen. It's going to be on Steak and Eggs later. It's about, I went to the fortune
I'm
teller with
playing
Asmongold and
1.2
Emerald, and
speed.
we got our fortunes told. It was a very good
It
time, and I
looks
bought this
weird.
necklace there. They gave it to me. They said, you should buy this, which isn't really them giving it to me, but well, regardless. They said it was meant for me. It's called a troll charm. They felt like I should have this. The troll charm. Right? I got this about an hour ago, and it's told that it will ward off trolls. Well, unfortunately, I didn't buy it quick enough because, ooh, man.
Let me see if I can read this before he gets into it. Here is the Tectone cycle. If you enjoy the game, enjoy it, but implies to his audience that content creators are just faking enjoyment. Okay, okay.
Ooh, man. We got Fob Master here. Ugh. Yikes. Got a problem with me. Not good. Not looking good. Before we get into this, called it. Knew this shit was going to happen very, very, very quickly. Now, I will admit, was I shocked that it was Fob? Oh, yeah. That shocked the fuck out of me. I swear.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not huge, I'll say fan of the Genshin content creators because I don't know, because since the game's launch I always had issues with Genshin, and I feel like there is kind of forced positivity in the community, especially for the content creators of the game. So there's a lot of names you're probably gonna mention that I have no idea about, and I've seen in the Twitter threads, and they're talking and retweeting, and like I don't know most of these people. Like the only Genshin creators that I watch and like check their streams probably Mtashed and Sikapoko and Tectone, and that's it. Like I don't go out of my way to watch Genshin content, you know? But I'm watching this for the reason of why are why is this going between content creators? Did they forget the main issue, which is point 4 and Genshin? Like the game needs changes. Are we going after each other now and just forgetting the main issue? I just want to see.
To God, it was going to be somebody else like Zajefaratsu or like Ziox even. Maybe he would have got off
I know
the fence.
Zyx too.
Who knows? But apparently it's Fob, which is wild to me because I feel like Fob's done a pretty good job of actually being vocal about the issues in the community, at least on his Twitch side of things. I don't think I've ever gone into a stream of his where I didn't either see him cooming or bitching about the game. But everybody to call me out, it's got to be Fob. So this isn't too exciting for me, but we're going to have to talk about it because, I got message that this was happening. I drove 40 minutes to get home, and
You better
I've been
start.
called out. Oh, man. Oh, man. So now we got to see what little Fob says. Little 4'10" Fobbit. We got to see what he says. And it is a shame because I invited him to be
How
on my
long is this
podcast
video?
about this, and I was always wondering
29 minutes,
always
okay.
no, but I guess sometimes it'd be like that, man.
Okay.
There's a trend going on in the Genshin Impact community.
So I heard that it's a multi-layered drama, and like there's a lot of names that are involved in this. So let's see.
It's pretty wild, but the thing that I'll go down saying is I should be the only mother getting praised in this community. Regardless, let's get on with this little video. Let's get on with this here topic. And unfortunately, the problem is that, well, when you make a tweet public, because we could have settled this via DMs, when you make a tweet public, we're gonna have to public, which is
that's true.
And I'm gonna explain this. And you want to know why? I truly don't think that Fob made this tweet from a point of malice. I just don't think that he gets it. And that's okay. I'm not going to hold that against him. Now, it would have been nice for him to reach out, but I really think he just doesn't get it. So I'm going to have to educate. I'm going to have to educate Lil Bro because I have to hold him accountable for his actions. I mean, this shit was seen by 194,000 people. 194,000 people saw this shit. You know, and now here's the other thing. When I was younger 2 years ago, I would have been so stressed. I see these Twitter threads, but I mean this genuinely. These Twitter threads don't bother me at all. They mean
Yeah,
nothing.
it's no longer like any Twitter thread like made by like a huge content creator or like influencers in general just feels like it's just made for people who agrees with you most of the time. Unless it's something completely stupid, then you're gonna find someone getting quote tweeted. And like in general, Twitter is no longer something that I'll just like go check, you know, to gain info or just. It's just I feel like it's get like people with high audience just try to get validation from people who gonna say like who's gonna agree with them regardless. It reminds me of Logan Paul before the Forest incident. He like his group of friends were always the yes men, so I just feel like that's Twitter, literally. So yeah.
just an echo chamber of Twitter. Wow, you said Tectone bad on Genshin Twitter and you got follows? Wow, very good job. The problem that a lot of these people are going to start having is that people are starting to wake up, and most importantly, the gacha community is starting to grow up, and they're developing cognitive functions. And now they're able to see through the bullshit and understand things on a deeper, more nuanced level. However, unfortunately, Fob seems to not. Now, I have been informed this has been 1 out of 6 posts, and I'm supposed to read it all. So we're going to get down into it. And we're going to talk about it. And, you know, before we begin, what do I always say?
To increase the speed.
What do I always say? I don't start drama. I respond
It sounds
to
funny,
drama.
right?
I can't help that there's so much shit going on. If the CN players weren't
Actually not
furious,
bad.
I would have nothing to talk about.
1.5.
If Fob didn't make this post, I would have nothing to talk about. So it's just a little bit disheartening to see this, but let's get on into it. And before you comment, criticism does not equal drama. And if you don't understand that, get an education.
That's true. Like, I can criticize. I mean, most of the time I do criticize Genshin, and that doesn't mean I hate the game. Like that same thing with other games too that I played before. If I'm criticizing a game, that means I want the game to be better. Like, why would I just not move on and just play something else? I'm still sticking to that shit game because I like it, and I want it to be better. So yeah.
Let's get into it, boys. Okay, so what did Fob say? Here is the Tectone cycle. If you enjoy the game, enjoy it.
I like that he tagged him too. Like, here's the at Tectone.
Very true, but implies to his audience, CCs are just faking enjoyment. All right, let's get on down to this. So you're saying that I say, if you enjoy the game, enjoy it. Now, what this post is attempting to do is to paint me as a hypocrite. This is trying to paint me as a hypocrite, right? So he says, if you enjoy the game, enjoy it, but implies to his audience, CCs are just faking enjoyment. No, I'm not.
Okay. I might not even continue like the whole video, but that sentence, even if it's not complete or something, but that sentence, even if Tectone is said that, I don't mind it. I don't think it's wrong. I don't even think it's hypocrite. Like, we do change. Like, I like Honkai Star Rail so much right now. If the game turns to be bad in the next versions, I will criticize the game. That doesn't mean, like, it's not like I have like stocks in MiHoYo that, oh, I'm just gonna always, you know, be positive about the game, just saying the game is good and all that stuff. No, if there is something that I don't like, I will say I don't like it. There are, I mean, and it's not for Genshin only. It's FIFA players. Have you guys, if any sport game, if you watch the content creators, the ones that are sponsored, they're always positive about the game. They're always giving fake vibes about how good the new game is that you need to buy to go get the new players, and like, it's all fake. So there will be like stuff like that in Genshin and Star Rail and all the other games that we play. It's not only specifically Genshin. So I don't see the issue with that.
I'm saying that some content creators are faking enjoyment. And I'm also saying some are not. The message to content creator was, If you enjoy the game, then enjoy it. But if you're not, and that's why you only use the first half, because if the whole sentence was, if you enjoy the game, enjoy it. But if you don't pretend that you do. When you shorten that thing, without the whole context of the sentence, then it doesn't look good. But the problem is that when you intentionally leave out context, not really that good. Twisting words, really not a good look. Now, I can understand if you wanted to wait until I did something egregious, but the problem is you didn't want to wait and you just said, I'll just farm a quick hate post real quick. What a shame. And before anybody says you should have resolved...
How many likes does this have? 3,000?
All this in DM.
Damn.
I already DM'd the guy. Okay, he could have DM'd me very easily. We're friends on Discord. Could have just DM'd me about this shit. I get for some people, this is their livelihood, but makes videos calling CCs hypocrites for continuing their livelihood. No, I did not. I said when you are forcing a positive agenda that is disingenuous to how you feel,
I'm gonna
perhaps
move.
consider changing it. Because that, and I've said this perceptions, is that I have always been the man who I've showed you guys that I am, especially for the last year and a half. Building a community on things that you don't believe in, not a good business
That's true.
strategy. Now,
Like that's also true. I played so many gacha games during the time I started streaming and like trying to make videos on YouTube, and I've always been transparent. Like if there is something that I'm not enjoying, even if that's benefiting my channel, like on Twitch, I used to stream a game called Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and for me, that was my highest viewed streams. I would get subs, I would get followers. I can grow a community in that game, but I wasn't enjoying the game. I liked the game, but at some point, the game was really bad. So I just had to pause and just said, okay, guys, I know that this is the game for the channel, and that's what can help my channel grow, but I just don't like the game anymore. So I just quit and tried to find something that I would enjoy to make content for, and I was like waiting. Storyl actually was not on my list with the games that I would like consider making content for. And here I am, just enjoying Storyl, just making video every day, and like I was not expecting that. So I get that point.
Take this as shit talk. But the problem is, if you are taking offense to this, that's pretty much self-reporting. And it's really not a good look, because I don't have a problem with people who enjoy the game. When people enjoy the game, and then they say they enjoy the game, love it, no problem. When people say they enjoy the game, and then they go on their stream and say, hey, this game fucking sucks, which is it? When somebody says, oh, dude, 4.4 looks crazy, and then goes on stream and says, oh, dude, this shit sucks.
Bro, what 4.4? I did update Genshin. Because I tried to get Nahida. And where's the content? Like, what are we waiting for? There's nothing to do in the game except the new like plays that they have. That's it. The game is so dead. Where's a friend of mine said yesterday, the end game of Genshin is drama at this point. Content creator drama. That's the end game of Genshin.
Or the
This
worst
is
thing
garbage.
Oh man, Genshin Impact really needs change, and we should really stick it to the developers. And the problem that you're doing here is you're attempting to blanket statement everything that I'm saying. That's the problem. And this thing,
Let me
like,
skip
like
till we get to the next tweet.
right? I get it, you know? I've gone through psychology courses, sociology. That is 100%
Wow.
me saying, Fob, read a book. All right, let's keep going here. Man contradicts himself constantly in order to cover his ass, but then ignores his own contradictions to passively aggressive slander other CCs. Lamau. Good one. If you truly believe what you're saying, stop covering your ass with contradictions and full send. The reason why it's not a full send, little fob, is because it's a nuanced topic. I will never say that all Genshin CCs are fake unless you clip that and take it out of context, because they're not. The ones who enjoy the game, play the game, enjoy it.
We're
I'm
going to the
talking
same
about the
point
ones
still.
who don't not believe how personal that he's taking this. And the worst thing is that Twitter being Twitter goes, yes, cook him. CCs really hate the game. Say it. Stop saying, oh, if you really enjoy the game, enjoy it. Then turn around and passive-aggressive call CCs fake. Just because you cannot fathom why they might be enjoying it.
Still talking about the same
point.
point.
No, they aren't. It's because I haven't said that. Okay? I have always given a nuanced take. And I'm going to say this for the third time because you've said the same thing 3 times.
He's going to say the same
in a
word.
row.
I'm going to skip that.
People who enjoy
No,
don't,
no.
Then don't play the game. Or give more critical content. You don't have to quit the game, but you can at least say, I would like these changes moving forward.
True.
It's not that hard to understand.
Yeah, even before I quit the Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross game, I even mentioned the things that I want change in the game that would probably make me still play. And not the devs are not doing anything in that game, so just I quit, you know? So yeah, we're still talking about the same point. Interesting, at 10 minutes into the video.
Okay? let's keep going forward. You say these Genshin
3
CCs are
tweets.
hypocrites, but you listen. No. I said some Genshin CCs are hypocrites, not all. You're making me say all of these blanket statements. Sure, there are some CCs that should just not leave Genshin because I'll be real, Genshin made that. There's nothing wrong with that, okay?
I mean, hold on. Let me read this. Sure, there are some content creators that should just not leave Genshin because I'll be real, Genshin made them. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, yes, if that's like their livelihood, but again, isn't that fake? I don't know. Like, if you're just not enjoying the game, at least, I'm not saying be negative, but like criticizing the game. It could be a content. Like, one thing I don't appreciate about content creators in general, and that's not only for Genshin, there's a lot of gacha games that have issues, and content creators know these issues, but they still proceed to drop thousands on every banner just to, you know, get the content, which I understand, of course. Like, there's a game called Dragon Ball Legends where there's a lot of issues in this game, but content creators would ignore that and still go pull for the newest character, do the showcase, sleep on the issues, and then go with the same cycle. It happens in Genshin, happens in every other gacha game. It's, again, that's not the only issue with Genshin. That's, people are forgetting the main problem is Genshin 4.4 and the rewards. And now we're going to this drama. Oh my god.
CCs that should just not leave Genshin because I'll be real, Genshin made that. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Which makes up 99% of Genshin Impact to make themselves. Case in point, Tawano. I think Tawano is going to have Anthony Chen.
Who's Tawano?
Anthony Chen is doing an amazing job. Genshin or Genshin adjacent at times is Vulcan Games. I think Vulcan is very good.
I really like Vulcan too.
Smack is doing a fine job.
I don't think Vulcan played Genshin. Maybe I'm wrong.
Right? What do you mean by wrong, crowd? I believe we hardly know each other. All that I'm saying. Now, I want to continue here. You acknowledge for the biggest CCs that this is their livelihood, but then you call them hypocrites for choosing to keep their livelihood was saved off the backs of Miz and OTK. You should know better than to go for their livelihood.
OTK.
Now, this comment is the point where I hit the nah, I'm good button. After saying this,
I think I would
there was
skip
no more
that
reason to
part.
After this, the line's drawn. The message is received. Loud and clear. Fob, I think you're a very small man. I think you're a very small, very confused.
Yeah, I think that's
and
just
it's a shame
personal
that
at
you
this
actually
point.
buy into this garbage. Here's a great thing, Fob. There's this site called Twitch Tracker.
This is just personal at this
Check it
point,
out for
really.
yourself if you'd like.
Let me skip to here.
$1,000. Maybe he'll feel better. Let's continue on here. At the end of the day, Genshin. Also real quick, you acknowledge for the biggest Genshin CCs that this is their livelihood, but then call them hypocrites for choosing to keep their livelihood intact.
We're still on the same tweet.
Be honest when you play Genshin Impact is not the same as me saying quit your job and do something else. Now, I will say, I think the majority of Genshin Impact CCs could go play Wuthering Waves, could go play Honkai Star Rail, could go play Zone Zero and be fine. You're the one who's choosing to take it that way. If me saying that you should be more genuine with your content and you think that's going to kill their entire channel, I can't tell you how wrong you are. Take case in point, Doro, a guy who's probably a little bit upset with me right now because I kind of forced his hand, and I understand that.
Yeah, I heard about him
Do you
too.
not see how much respect Doro has been getting since he said, I'm taking a stand? People called him the positive guy. They called him the positive guy. So what did he do?
Positive
He got
guy.
pissed off, and that was fine. He got pissed off. So he made comment after comment. How is gaming more fun than Cloud Retainer? And look, he still says he enjoys the game, but he is also making more posts about losing followers.
I mean, that's not negative. Like, that's not even criticizing. They're just stating facts of what happened with Genshin. So, yeah, having forced positivity mentality in like any community is not right, in my opinion. Like, it ignores any issues, and when those issues becomes unbearable, everything just falls apart. That's just my opinion.
Critical of the game. Okay? So now, yes, Doro does enjoy the game, but he's also being critical and nuanced about it. That is all that I'm asking for. It's not going to kill anybody's channel to just be genuine. It's really not that hard, okay? And I don't know about this whole narrative. You're telling content creators to quit their livelihood. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, be genuine with your audience, okay? And I'll make sure I show you this word real quick before you try to blanket statement everything. This is the definition of nuanced. Having or characterized by subtle and often appealing complex qualities, aspects, or distinction, as in a character or tone, a nuanced performance. It means there's subtle differences. Blanket statements, and I've gone on record saying this, blanket statements are always bad, and I try whenever possible to never make them. Okay, now somebody could probably clip a compilation of out of context clips, sure, but I always make sure to address them whenever I can. Maybe it's not that stream, but eventually I do. Let's continue on here. At the end of the day, Genshin CCs have voiced their complaints over the years, but you neglect that, you cherry pick, and build this false narrative that they're faking enjoyment of the game because it's tied to their livelihoods. Let's push for change without slandering others. How apropos.
Where is pushing for change in this whole Twitter thread that you made? Like really, this adds zero value. Actually, this is just negative at this point. Like, I don't get this. Like, content creators should either collab to make their voice clear about the issues in the game. Which at this point, if you don't, like, I don't want to say admit, but if you just not gonna point out the issues in the game, I'm not saying you're gonna be faking it, but you're just not bothered, right? Which is fine also. But with the creators who are bothered and who can, like, have valuable input into voicing their issues in the game, use that platform to change. This adds nothing.
It is for you to say, let's push for change without slandering others after this whole Twitter post. I'm going to show you a definition. Irony. The expression of one's meaning by using language that normally signifies the opposite, typically for humorous or emphatic effect, but this time I believe the irony was lost on you. What a positive pussy hug box take this is. Let's hug and be friends after you go live and slander me to all of these people. I'm not going to go over this post again because I'll tell you again, look up the word nuance. There are some that have. There are some that haven't. I'm not talking about the ones that have. I'm talking about the ones that haven't. I hope this makes sense. Let's continue here. It's not a contradiction to say the people who pretend they like the game.
I don't think I care about the rest of this, because there's gonna be people just going through the same things again. Yeah, I said one point is that they just forgot probably. I don't think Genshin is gonna go anywhere at this point. Having like the creators of the game in general now just gonna be talking about drama, just stuff like everyone's just gonna have the whole history why they don't like this content creator, why they like this content creator. They're gonna have groups separated. This is gonna go nowhere, and I don't like that. That's why I'm just enjoying my little bubble, making content for Storiel, and I don't know, I just wish things could change for Genshin. Even though I'm not really as interested in Genshin as before, but still wouldn't like if there are changes in Genshin, I would really love to play the game. There are a lot of characters that I like in the game. So yeah. I don't know if I guess the CN community now is the only hope that we have, right? So yeah, let me know your opinion on this, because it really would reflect on other games if we have issues with the community or the game itself, because I don't want to see that in Honkai Star Rail. That's why I'm glad that this scene is not in Honkai. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Appreciate you all. I'm gonna leave a link for Tectone's video in the link below, of course. So yeah, thanks again, stay safe, and bye.